I now recognize the gentleman from Massachusetts, Congressman Lynch. He is recognized for 5 minutes, and I want to thank him for his help in preparing this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the witnesses. I want to echo the call for unity that was expressed by the ranking member early in this hearing. I am proud to say that every single member of this committee, Democrat and Republican, voted for $8.3 billion to deal with the coronavirus. We all did so, I think, consistent with your requests from our public health officials. I think America is best when we have a unity of purpose, a singularity of mission, and that we're all on board. But that much being said, I have to say that the President's statements from the beginning of this has been contrary to the direction that you have given us. The President on March 6th told the people in my district publicly that the tests were ready. Anybody who wants a test can go be tested. They're beautiful tests, beautiful tests. That's not a medical term. So my constituents went to their local health centers, went to their hospitals. There were no tests, zero. And I know they're rolling out now, but this was back on the 6th. That's not a good situation. He said this in front of some of you at a public hearing, at a press conference. And I saw no one step up and say, no, the President wasn't correct. The tests are not there. They're not ready. They're not beautiful. They're not available. So we need a unity of purpose, but we are not going to get that when the President is telling people that the cases of coronavirus are going down, not up. They doubled yesterday in my district, doubled. And I represent part of Boston. Myself and Ms. Presley share that city. It's not a backwater medically or technically. It's very advanced. The President has made some bizarre statements here. And look, I want to be together with my Republican colleagues, but when the President said he has an uncle who went to MIT in the 1930s and that he has a natural affinity and an ability for this, it's got to raise some red flags. We need you to step up. And you know, Dr. Fauci, you've been great on some of this stuff and pushing back. When the President said we're going to get a vaccine fairly quickly, a matter of months, you know, you were good to step up and say, no, it's going to be a year and a half. But, you know, we really need honesty here. And when the President is making statements like this, we need pushback from the public health officials. You know, standing behind him and nodding silently or an eye roll once in a while is not going to get it. We really need, you know, when I say things, they're immediately considered political because I'm a Democrat and I'm elected. But, you know, you have a certain level of credibility and honesty that I think that should be persuasive to the American people. So I just ask you to be more forthright when the President makes statements like this. We need leadership, but we need people to be very much aware of the dangers that are out there. You know, the cases are not going down. The American people should be aware of that. You should be forthright in explaining that. When the when the President's economic director says, we got this contained, not quite airtight, but almost there. We need you, our public health officials, to step up and say that is not true. That is hurting us. That is making the spread of this virus, you know, more extended, more prolific, and more possible. The American people really have to step up here and make sure that, you know, they're aware of the dangers. Dr. Fauci, go ahead.
Mr. Lynch, I appreciate your comments, but I can tell you absolutely that I tell the President, the Vice President, and everyone on the task force exactly what the scientific data is and what the evidence is.
Yeah.
I have never, ever held back telling exactly what is going on from a public health standpoint. Thank you.
Thank you.
The gentleman's time has expired.